better. But the bow, made out of whatever wood you want. They're somewhat academic. I like a bit of a bow in there. It doesn't necessarily need a lot. Some people think it needs to be round. It doesn't at all. It just needs enough for that spindle to ride up and down. What's critical, length of the bow, the working length of the bow wants to be roughly your arm. So it's sufficient, yeah? So when you're back and forth, it's sufficient for you. The string at this point wants to be loose. If you've got a string that's taut, you're never going to get a drill in there. All that's going to happen is you're going to be bending the bow, and the bow doesn't want to give. The bow wants to be solid. With a loose string, you wrap the spindle in there and it holds it tight. I've used on this one paracord on this one, sorry, chainsaw pull cord on this one. In my experience, the chainsaw pull cord is more resistant to abrasion. Yeah, the paracord works, but it won't work for long. The chainsaw, far better, work for ages. This one again, same sort of length, working length's about my arm. Strings in there fairly loose. The bow's made out of yew. You can see the red heartwood. You can see the white sapwood. So either or doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do, next part of this is a spindle. Spindle wants to be roughly no thicker than your thumb and a span or so in length. Two ends to it. There's a blunt end, sharp end. Blunt end wants to have the profile of a golf ball, you know, with the many faces. And each face will cause a friction, so you don't want to round it off, you want to just put flat faces on like a golf ball. The other end, the bit that we don't want any friction, that needs to be fairly sharp. I'm just maintaining that with our knife. As it wears down, we just touch it up. So what we're going to do with this is put this in the bow. We're going to put it on top of the string, wrap the string around the bow. There's a little tester. I can't move it. That means it's grabbed it hard enough.
No, more suited. The red one.
In conjunction with that, we'd use what's called a bearing block. That'll ride on the top there and have very low friction. And on the bottom side, we have a half board, various softwoods, hardwoods, white on the back. Yeah, if somebody asks you what wood it is, you can look clever and say, I know what wood it is, just put it on the back. I do it with all mine.
Hold it right towards you.
But, yeah, no, on a serious note, if it's written on the back, you know where they are. If you're just going by the bark, you're going to be about 80% sure where they are. But like I say, with a pen, just wipe it on the back, let your wood season for 6 months, and you know exactly what they are. So that's what I tend to do. So, 25.94. Is anyone left-handed?
No.
Oh dear.
Don't worry about them.
No. I'm right-handed. So what I'm going to do is put my half board on the ground. I'm going to put a little bit of leather underneath. Doesn't really matter whether it's leather, whether it's a bit of bark, whether it's a bit of a silver birch, but just something underneath stops the wet floor putting out your ember. So put my half board on top of that, and the other way around. I'll attempt to use this middle position. Yeah. So with my left foot, using the arch of my foot, and I'll just trap that wood under there. And I'll put the spindle, locate it into my half board. Put it a bit closer. Put my bearing block on the top, and now I'm going to wrap my left arm around my shin, and I'm going to keep that drill upright. So now I can slowly drill, put some heat into the set, and then as I get more and more temperature in there, I can go faster and faster. And there, I just build up an ember. What we've got there is a brown material at the moment, but I want that to be black. So what I need to do is either push down harder or drill faster. I'm just going to reprofile the drill. Just taking them bits off that we talked about, but lots and lots of flats. Same with the top, just profile that out.
Go box.
So again, the same on the string, wrap the string around. You see it's riding on the outside of the string. What's doing now is losing grip as the string stretches. Put it through a little bit. Yeah, you don't need a lot of stretch. You can, to a degree, control the stretch by applying pressure this end, and that'll rescue to some extent.
It shows how much hard work it is, and you really wouldn't want your fire to go out.
It's a bronze work.
Yeah.
I fancy one more.
That's far better. The colour of that material now. Black. So all we need now is for that ember to sustain itself. Well, just the fact that built up a load of material is a good thing.
Count for this. There's one man working and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
They've
people
got to sign each
watching.
form off.
Must be a union job.
Council.
Council job.
I don't think wearing this jumper's the cleverest idea either.
Is it warm, is it?
Yeah.
It warm.
Well, I'm right next to the fire as well.
Strip.
Yeah, take it all off.
Yeah, I might take your top off. give it a proper go then.
Is that a two-man job?
But that's the sausage sandwich. Now we've got a guy stripping. This cam thing's going to go overboard.
I told you these windbreaks.
They're not mine, they're my boyfriend's.
I've got an ember right by there. The weather has gone out. And if it has, it has. That's the luck of the draw with these things.
They're a bit damp there, isn't it?
Yeah. But I've done this in the course before now. Been about 12 of us. And the first one's got it by tea time.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of that.
Yeah. It can take a long time to...
It can do. Let's try a slightly different drill.
Is that hazel, Chris?
This is, yeah. It doesn't need to be hazel. There are a number of other fast growing woods that we can use. Hazel I like. Hazel on lime I think is a great combination.
Does hazel on hazel work?
Hazel on hazel does work, yeah.
I was watching a thing about Paul Kirtley and he said, you know, yes there's certain combinations. He said but initially, you know, if you're in the woods, he said, think about practicing with like the same wood, hearth and thing, just because of the practicality when you're in the wood, you come across, you know, some hazel, you can. So does hazel on hazel work alright?
Hazel on hazel does work, yeah, and there's a lot of truth to that. Personally, I think in terms of how hard the wood is, and I think to myself, it's easier to replace the spindle than the baseboard, because the baseboard's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if I have a softer spindle than my baseboard,
it makes sense. Yeah.
So there's a logic there.
Yeah. I suppose it depends at the time, like what's actually available in the woodland you're in, doesn't it? I suppose.
It does, and
you know, I don't mean from when you practice, but I mean if you were doing it in a practical sense.
When you make it in the woods, it's very difficult because the wood has got to be the right moisture content, and it's so easy to find wood that's already gone into that pithy stage.
Yeah,
it's not easy to find wood that's the right moisture in there.
Yeah.
You know, if you were one of these people who wrote books for a living and he was doing it at a big show, you'd put him in a cooker the night before.
Yeah.
You know, but if you
out enough to...
let's have a look, see if this one works. I'm going to try a new one. It might work, or I might just polish it, but we'll have a go. Yeah. Again, we've done exactly the same. Exactly the same as what we've got a lot of damp in the air. But we're producing that black material. So it's just a case now of getting an ember, it doesn't go out. The moisture is very much the enemy of this. We'll have another go.
Finish and follow the flag in, bring it across there.
Just the fact it went on the floor, and you're just squealing now.
Yeah,
It's already picked up moisture.
yeah, put it down. Imagine being really desperate in the middle of winter somewhere, and you really want it to work, and you can't get it to lie.
Right squealing now, isn't it?
Too much. So when people were actually doing this as a way of, sort of primary way of lighting fire, they'd obviously collect their materials and dry store them somewhere in advance.
You'd have a nest ready of dried grass. You'd have
feed it to the point you wouldn't let the fire go out.
and then
Yeah.
once you've got it lit, don't let the thing ever go out.
which is harder said than done, because the minute you go for the foraging wander and you take 2 hours and all the 10 minutes you planned, and the thing's just
back and it's
ash.
out,
Yeah.
Go in there. There's smoke.
There you go, look at that.
There we go.
Staining some
That's
smoke.
a staining ember. Now the thing not to do at this point is blow on it. Because if you blow on it, it's just dust. What it needs to do is bond together. It needs to undergo a process called coalescing. And we can carefully prise it out. And then we can expose it to the air. That ember, yeah, they'll go bigger and bigger and bigger. Not got any, I may have suddenly. I'll show you a little cheat at this point. No, what I want is a cramp ball. Yeah, inevitably underneath. That's quite happily glowing at the moment. I've got various funguses, shagger, nasty bits and pieces. Ah, here we go. So, you've all seen a cramp ball. Cramp balls grow on ash and they're full of concentric rings. You break it. Again, the thing is with it, keep it dry. We transfer the ember onto the cramp ball. Cramp ball now acts as an ember extender, and we've got 40 minutes or so, in which case to make our tinder bundle and get our fire going.
Can we get you some?
What's that, dead grass?
I've got some jute twine, we can just roll the ball up.
If you've got a tinder ball, we can blow it to life, yeah.
That's a staining itself now, look. Yeah, it's just
Well, when it takes onto the cramp ball, you've got 30-40 minutes or more, in fact. The thing is, in reality, you're so pleased with yourself. You've got it to this stage. you cannot. Oh, thanks. You really can't afford to fail at this stage. So get it onto a cramp ball. Another little trick of the trade, break the cramp ball in half. Use half your cramp ball for your tinder ball, and then use the other half. In fact, I'll have some bits and pieces. What we can do with the silver birch is, as it's dry, you see this top level? Wipe all that material off.
Oh no, I don't want to hear it.
That's what we'll do first. Put some of that. You can probably guess what some of these materials are.
Struggling a bit.
Cattail, great to read, nice. So we put some of that in there. The other thing we can use as well is honeysuckle bark, the bark, honeysuckle sheds. Put it in your hand, increase the surface area, just buff it up a bit.
Got some more of that finer stuff as well.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the real fine stuff to start it off. And then hopefully, by putting it in the cattail gets the silver birch going, the silver birch gets the honeysuckle going, the honeysuckle gets, and so on and so on. We'll make a little nest of it in there. Our coalesced ember, still going. So take it away from your mouth for this stage, otherwise you'll have a lung full of smoke. It's not really nice. Take it away from your mouth, get a nice lung full of air, and slow, long breath. Everything you can do is just wave it in the wind like that. But just getting oxygen to it, the more oxygen you get to it, the better it's going to burn. It's quite easy just to get the ember straight into your bundle. Honestly, for the amount of effort in this, you get a far, far better success rate.
You don't want to go put in an ember that you're not fully satisfied with, isn't it? Once you get the ember and you're really satisfied, it's a really good burn.
It's two obvious modes of failure.
Think, oh, it's burning, I'll put it in.
No, the one mode of failure is you holding it too tight, so you haven't got enough oxygen and it just goes out. The other is you holding it too loose, it's got plenty of air and no fuel. Yeah. So what I've done now, I've got this to light. I can snap it in half or cut it in half. I can put one half to one side, so I've always got two chances with it. Yeah, so both are burning, we pass around, have a smell of it. But yeah, if I make a mess of this, I've still got my second chance.
Something I never thought of. Just letting that stop it off.
I'd say about 40 minutes or so. But the trick now is you've made your bundle of materials. You put the cramp ball in the bundle of materials. We wrap them around the cramp ball and stand with the wind on our back, so all the oxygen is coming from behind me, it's blowing smoke away from me. So if I put it out, if I smother the damn thing. it's well worth having a second chance with it. Yeah. So again, put him down, get yourself some air, up to your face, a nice long slope. That's where it burns my hand now, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's where it
burn
just
your finger,
bursts
mate.
into one big ball of flames.
Build the heat up to
Yeah, and then just get
get the other
it to get the other
materials
materials going. Ideally, I'd have some dried grasses and what have you, and a nice big ball of material to work with. You can see it building up all the heat in there anyway. Just before it bursts into flames, it's normally fairly obvious by the colour of the smoke. The colour of the smoke turns to be like a green colour.
There's a box bar for the floor to hold it. Take one of your fingers.
It's just not big enough to hold, is it? It's burning away inside.
It's got a fire extinguisher just on the door there, just in case.
There we go, look.
And so much
Wow.
heat is produced anyway.
Yeah. Build the heat up and it goes. Wow, congratulations.
Achievement.
There we go.
Right, whoever wants to have a go,
There we go.
have a go. But done to it, well
That was
coat on.
difficult.